Hi everyone, I wanted to come make a very quick video on the parenting styles. This will be a very quick video because it is not a lot of information, but it would probably be helpful for you to know this for the exam because you may have one or two questions on it and it could be the difference in you passing or failing the exam. Okay, so there are 4 parenting styles. 1 is authoritarian, 2 is authoritative, 3 is uninvolved, and 4 is permissive. So, authoritarian and authoritative always gets me mixed up. So, you have to be creative with these things sometimes, and you have to find new ways and different ways to make sure that you understand and get and are able to absorb the information. So, for authoritarian parenting, this is a very strict style of parenting. It's more so where the parents tell the children what to do. There are no questions asked. You cannot ask the parent to explain why they want you to do something. You just do it because they said so. Also, these parents have very high expectations of their children, and they're not responsive to their children. So these are parents who have very strict rules, like, an 8 o'clock curfew for a 17-year-old, or you have to make all A's, no exceptions, that kind of thing. And so authoritarian is what we're talking about. If I had to compare authoritarian parenting with one of my parents, it would be my dad. My dad is very strict. When I was growing up, he was very strict. You had to do what he said to do. You didn't ask any questions. It was just, it is what it is. He was not going to explain anything to you. It was yes sir, no sir. It was almost like he instilled fear in us. And I think for me, I respect my dad because he's my dad and he's my parent, and I have respect for my parents and my elders and things like that. But it was more so a forced respect because it was intimidation, it was fear. So that's what I think of when I think of authoritarian parenting. My strict dad, no explanation for anything. You do what I say because I said it. And he actually said that I have to respect him and he doesn't have to respect me because he's the parent and I'm the child. So if you can equate one of your parents to one of these parenting styles, then that may help you. Okay, so then the next one is authoritative parenting. And this is probably how most people's parents are, I would think. There are rules and guidelines and things like that that you have to follow as a child, but your parent is more open to explaining why. You may say, well, I don't understand why I have to be in the house at 10 o'clock on Monday night. And they say, well, you have to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning to go to school. So I want you here so I can make sure that you take your shower, get your homework done, eat, and get a good night's rest. So they're more open to explaining things to their children as opposed to just saying, because I said so, you're going to do this. They are assertive, but they're not intrusive and or restrictive. So, my mom is the parent that I think of when I think about authoritative parenting. She still demanded respect, but she didn't instill fear in us. It was not that she had to explain everything, everything she told us to do, but she was more reasonable, and is more reasonable even now than my dad is. So, these parents in authoritative parenting style are more likely to listen to their children, see their child's side of things, and be more open to discussing things with them. Okay, so in a way, and before I made the video, I was trying to think of a way that you could probably remember authoritarian versus authoritative. And so again, you have to reach into your creative mind and come up with ways. And so what I thought about was, for authoritarian, it rhymes with librarian. And so in the library, you have to be quiet. You don't ask any questions. You get in there, you do your work, you leave out. The librarian, if you are making too much noise, the librarian will come in and they will tell you to zip it, that kind of thing. So to me, in my mind, which may be different for you, I would equate authoritarian with librarian, in that the librarian is strict, quiet zone, no talking, don't ask any questions, don't talk back, that kind of thing. Which that may not work for you, but it works for me to help me remember the difference between authoritarian and authoritative. Okay, so then you have permissive parenting style. This is the free flowing kind of throw caution to the wind kind of parent who wants to be their child's friend. They give them permission to do whatever they want to do. They have very few demands of their children. They rarely discipline their children. They don't require mature behavior. And they are really just like a friend to their child as opposed to a parent. When I think about a permissive parent, I think about one of my cousins on my mom's side who she had one child, a daughter, and while we were growing up, her daughter did whatever she wanted to do. She would talk back to her mom. She would steal her mom's car and go partying with her friends, and her mom was just, she would act like she was mad, but then she'd say, "Oh, that's my baby," and that kind of thing. And it was just like, she got away with everything. So, and her mom was more of her friend, and still is to this day, more of her friend than she is a parent. So permissive parenting, think of permission, that parent gives their child permission to do whatever they want to do. Let's see, and they also avoid confrontation. They're generally nurturing and communicative, communicate with their child. So that's that one. Then the last one is uninvolved parenting, and this is where there are few demands of the child. There's little to no communication. It's basically like neglect of your child. You may meet the basic needs of your child, but other than that, other than having a roof over their head, these uninvolved parents don't really do too much. They don't interact or communicate with the child. They don't really teach the child. They're very detached from the child's life. And so when I think of an uninvolved parent, it's probably someone who didn't have parents in their life, and they had a child and didn't know how to really raise the child, other than having food, clothing, shelter, those basic needs. They don't talk to them. I don't really have an example of that. I haven't met any uninvolved parents, I don't think, in my life that I know personally. So it's just what it says. They're uninvolved. So that's pretty much it. Authoritarian, authoritative, permissive, and uninvolved parenting. So if you have any questions, let me know. You can visit my website at daytodaysocialwork.wix.com/my site. You can leave a testimonial there. You can request tutoring there. You can browse the site for studying tips, that kind of thing. Request video topics. And I will see you in the next video, and I hope to have a few more videos up over the next few days. So if you have any questions, let me know. Again, if you see any of my videos in a package that you have to pay hundreds of dollars for, please let me know so I can approach whoever's selling free content from YouTube and kind of help our colleagues out. So feel free to comment in the comment section about anything you would like to say or ask. And until next video, I will see you all later.